There you see me going outside the building. As you can see, that guy's obviously wiping the windows.
And where are you going? Far away? Toronto. Toronto. Yeah, visit.
Now I speed up things a little bit here. See me going down the street, heading for the downtown area. Going into the market. Through the market. Actually, I was looking for one of their great big muffins, but as it turned out, I couldn't find it. They didn't have any. All they had were these tiny little muffins. So I ended up getting one in Toronto. Anyway, here I am going down James Street heading for the GO bus terminal. You see me going in through the side. You see the terminal inside here. It's quite beautiful. But you know, there's a better view coming in from the inside, which I'll show you in a few moments, taken from an earlier date. This is where you buy your tickets. There you go, coming in from the inside. Sorry, coming from the front. You see, there's a very beautiful front of the building. And you get that majestic feel when you're coming through the front. There you go. You see that? It's like it's opening up to you. And it's quite beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. This was from July 13th. This particular one there. Now you're going to see me going outside to the actual bus terminal. I'm packing my bike. Putting it on the bike carrier, which I don't do anymore because there are issues with it. I put it underneath the bus. Here we are at Toronto, at Union Station, getting off the bus. You see me, there's where the bike is. By the way, this one is August the 7th, 2012. So packing everything up. You can see the CN Tower, eh? Look at that, eh? And it's a little bit more noisier in Toronto. Definitely a little bit more noisier in Toronto. Look at those buildings, eh? The sun just glimmers off of it. There I am walking up the street. Now, listen to that. That's Bay Street that I'm going to be going down. Bay Street and front, west. There we go. I'm on my bike. Now, look at that. That's what I call a bridge. Concrete. Or is it steel? That truck is always there. So is that other one. It seems like they're always there. They're always in my way. Now, I didn't have my the camera on my bike helmet aimed downwards for the traffic, so it catches everything. But this vantage point actually lets us see all the tall buildings and everything, and that's kind of interesting, you know. Could you imagine living in one of those big buildings? Wow. Stopped at a red light. Actually, there are places that are more they're more dangerous in Hamilton because they have more variables. Here, it's just this is an area where things tend to be more controlled. And plus, you know, the stoplights are precisionally timed. I have an app on my phone, and it tells me when to go. I get up there at Forest and, what did I say? This is Bay Street, Forest and Bay. And the app on my phone tells me when to take off. And I get through safely. And if there's too much traffic, just pull off, let it go. And here we go. Yeah, I was in the wrong lane there. There's not very much to come out at you. You got to remember, I'm going a little bit slow here because I've got a lot of, carrying a lot of weight. Carrying my beach chair, an inflatable dinghy with oars, a pump, plus food, plus 4 bottles of frozen ice water. So I'm carrying a fair amount. There's a go bus, eh? But I gotta tell you, going to Toronto is actually cheaper than going to Confederation Park because I gotta pay, was it $70? $72 altogether with tax for the year's pass. Pardon me. And then I got to pay, what is it, $20 to get in plus tax, or $19 to get in plus tax. And then you got to pay $5 or $7, maybe it's $10 now, to rent a locker to put your stuff in. So actually it's cheaper to go to Toronto. It actually is.
Yeah.
You see, I had to get out of the way of traffic there. I couldn't get around those trucks because there were cars going in the lane that I was going to pull into, so I had to get out of the way. But you get that in Hamilton too, you know. That's going to happen when you're a cyclist. You just got to have your mirrors, you be able to see behind you by glancing in your mirrors, paying attention to all the things. Now, you see this person? Look what it says on their back, Toronto Island. There we go. We're back on course now. Look at those 2 buildings, eh? The one on the left, the one on the right. That would be a nice place to live, right along the bay shore. Or lake shore, or bay shore, whatever. Now there's a hot dog place. And you know, there's actually a couple that are cheaper than Hamilton. Their food is cheaper in some areas. That amazed me. Those bicycles are for rent, by the way, that I just went past. Yep. Bicycles for rent. I remember when I first heard about that on the internet, that they had bikes in Toronto for rent. Now, I sped it up here so we can go get past this. You notice I speed things up a lot. Here we go. I've already bought the ticket, went through, no point in showing the person who's selling the ticket. But I'm walking to the ferry now. This is always an interesting part of the trip. The ferry costs $7 both ways. It can mean $7 to go, and your return trip is free. Because I assume, well, if you got to the island, you obviously went by ferry. There we are. Now let me tell you about the interesting about this ferry. They can bring cars and trucks, big things like huge garbage trucks. Yeah, they can get 2 big trucks on board this thing. It's amazing. Now, you see this lady on the right-hand side? She has red hair. That's her, right here. That lady, she runs one of the concession stands on Toronto Island. And when I was there, standing there beside her, I didn't recognize her. It never dawned on me. But there she was. This is about, 10 o'clock in the morning. So I got out there pretty early this time. The thing is to get up there early, that way if it rains or something, it's not so bad. You get your time's worth and money's worth. But hey, it's a beautiful way. Look at this. You just don't have this in Hamilton. And for $26 for the day, $26. And that's it all together for the day. And that's your trip, It's quite amazing. And I found out about this on the internet under inexpensive ways to just take a weekend holiday or whatever, Because there are things about places where people can stay on the island and all this and that. But just to be able to go for the day, it's kind of nice. And I think they even have camping grounds there somewhere. I'd have to go online and look it up. There's another ferry coming in. You see it? Those ferries, I think, are about 70 years old or older, maybe 100 years old. You can Google it. Look up Toronto Island Ferry Service, and you'll find out the history of the Toronto Island Ferry Service and all that stuff. Yes, indeed. Look at that, eh? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. She's probably looking at me wondering why I'm not talking to her. That's awful. I didn't recognize her. Yeah. Charlene's on the island, and we met up later. Unfortunately, I didn't get her on film, but you'll hear her talking. Unfortunately, we had a fight, an argument. Well, I don't know. Whenever you meet someone that you knew when you were younger that had issues in their life, it's usually not an intelligent thing to necessarily get back involved. As you can see, there's people of all sorts and types on the ferry. Not bad people. And I say that with respect. Ooh, look at that plane, eh? Coming in for a landing. But I'm telling you, if you want to go and spend a day, that's the way to do it. Toronto Island. It's quite nice. As you can tell, this ferry that we're on here is older. It's had some welding repair work, Mind you, the water tends to rust things. You gotta keep that in mind. Just wait until this thing starts to move. It's fast. I'm telling you, the first time I was on this thing, I couldn't believe how fast it was moving. It actually surprised me. Oh, look at that, eh? Nice pair of legs. Nice something. Taking a picture there on my iPhone. Can't beat a nice pair of legs. Nope. Oh, there's the garbage truck, like I said. Look at that, eh?
That's okay.
Uh, would be awful if he kept driving right over the edge. Dumped us all into the water. But they have life jackets on board this ferry. It's in a blue box, I believe. I'll show you when there we go, right there, the blue box, right there. Not the garbage can, but the other one, the wooden box. Those are the life jackets. Look at that view, eh? That's a view. Yep, sirree, that's a view. You can see all the people on there with the bikes and all that. I'm telling you, on the weekends, wow, it is packed. You will just be amazed at the amount of people you get on there. It is packed. Ah, that's the boat lifting its platform away from or off of the dock. Because the platform comes down and lays on top of the dock. The dock lowers so that everything is aligned. So it's at level. If the water level is lower, well then the dock goes. The platform of the dock goes down the line up with the platform of the ferry. Oh, we're moving. See that? See how fast we're moving? You see? Look at that. We're away from there already. That quickly. You can hear the engine revving up. Look at that. Ooh, look at that blue building there on the right. Or is it sort of greenish? Turquoise blue? Turquoise blue, yeah. Beautiful day. There's a helicopter. I wonder what somebody would think, say from 100 years ago or 150 years ago, if you took them and put them on that boat and they saw that helicopter going overhead, especially the high-rise buildings, of course. If they saw that helicopter, what would they think? Here we go. Look how fast we're moving, eh? You can see it. First time I was on the ferry, I was nervous. It was like, yeah, what if this thing sinks? You know? What if there's a breakdown? What if we run out of gas? What if we crash into something? What if the ferry veers off and hits a shallow part of the bay and rips open its hull? Or what if it just crashes into the dock? Wow. That's something for you to think about if you've never been on board a ferry. Yeah. You know, you can actually buy pontoons, inflatable pontoons that you can attach your bicycle to. And then there's a little outboard propeller doohickey that runs off of your back wheel. So when you pedal your bike, it turns the it has a transmission that attaches to the back of the bike, as I was saying, the wheel, and that turns a little outboard motor, and it can propel you. Yeah. What's the name of that? I wish I could remember the name of that. Um, we'll just look up pontoon for bicycle. Just look that up. Pontoons for bicycles. Here we are getting closer to the island. You can see the small craft in the air, small watercraft. That's sort of a small yacht, or a big yacht actually. Medium, small yacht. On your right, that passed, I should say. The medium, small yacht. Here we are. Yeah, we're gonna do a turn to our left. You can hear the difference in the engine sound.
Day comes when they can take off straight, vertical takeoff. That'd be interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about the airport. Because we're right next to the airport here. This is the interesting thing. See all sorts of stuff.
I was surprised when I got this morning. I checked the weather report and it was like, wow.
Yeah, I didn't think that Tuesday was going to be a good day to go out there.
Yeah. One day,
That's the thing, you know.
This horrible 82, or, on the old Fahrenheit scale and all that. Like, oh, that's not summer. 85 or 90. I don't care if it's in the old hundreds. I love it. Especially when I'm not working on that day, I can do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, here we are. There's the dock. If you look here, you see it.
just gonna kiss the dock, eh?
Which is exactly what we did. Because sometimes they'll actually sort of mildly whack the dock. And then you feel that vibration, everybody goes, whoa. Now you're going to see, you see we're lower than the dock. The water level is lower. So he uses that to lower the dock. You see that? It's all hydraulic. There's a gate opening, and then there's, oh, look at that creature. It's a mink. You see that? That's a platform that lowers, and there we go. It connects onto the dock. Or drops down onto the dock, I'm sorry. Platform on the boat. Or on the ferry. Took him a little longer this time. There we go. See? All docked. All to shore that's going to shore. You see that red boat there? On the right-hand side? We can't see it now. But I think that's, there it is again. I think that might be one of the original ferries. And here we go. Nice paved roads. Top speed of 30 kilometers. The sewer grates are properly positioned so that your tires won't get caught in them. And it's pretty good. You can see it's quite beautiful. It makes whatchamacallit, Confederation Park in Hamilton look like nothing. Now that's the truck that was on the ferry with us. They always let us get off first, and then the truck gets off last. Which makes sense. Otherwise, maybe somebody would get run over by the truck going off the ferry. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There's a van, minivan, should say. Past him. I usually end up passing people here. Now look over there on your left. There's little areas where personal watercraft can dock. They can get water, electricity if they want. It's kind of nice. There's signs everywhere telling you how to get to where you want to go. If you want to go to Center Island, just follow the path, just follow the signs, yada yada yada. Plus, my iPhone works, G3. I can find out exactly where I am within inches and figure out how to get to where I want to go. It'll tell me exactly when the next ferry comes, exactly when the next bus comes to go back to Hamilton, and even if I wanted, what bus I would have to catch to get back home once I'm in Hamilton. So it'll tell you everything you need to know to get from point A to point B and back again, and when to make your connections. So technology is amazing. Charlene showed up about, oh God, what was it about? I guess about 20 minutes after I arrived. Because I'd gotten unpacked, put my put my suntan lotion on, went for a dip in the water, and was sort of walking around a bit. Yeah, about 20 minutes. Here we go. It's actually a little bit of a workout walking through the sand with a bike, actually. It's there we are. Now I ended up locking my bike up. It's a good place to lock my bike. There's my bike. Locked up. Now you see this, sensualsculptures.com. Me and Charlene were talking to this lady. She does these sculptures, and they're amazing. We took so many of these pictures, and well, I was taking the pictures. Charlene was doing the directing, moving me around. Good memory. We'll leave it. Yep. Oh, there I am getting ready to leave. Well, we had an argument. Oh, there's some pictures. At sunset, you see. There's another one. Yet another one. You can see it. And another one. That's probably the best one. And I'm leaving. We've sped this up. No need to see this on slow or regular speed. Besides, I was going on about how upset I was. Not very happy with the argument. She called it a discussion. Well, basically, she caught me looking at something beautiful, and if she doesn't think that I wasn't noticing, women walking around there that were topless, and some were bottomless. So was she, by the way, but that's neither here nor there.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished your recording, you may hang up. For more options, contact number that you can see. 1.
Hello, Denise. It's your Uncle Dave. Tried to call your house. My cell phone told me that number is not available, and it gave me this number. Anyway, I'm heading towards the ferry, which should be here in a little while. So I just wanted to know how things were, exactly what went on with the visit with your grandmother and all that. But anyway, we can discuss it another time when it's more convenient. Anyways, if you should get this this message, you can go ahead and call me, because it's after 6 p.m. and I don't have to pay for the phone call. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Or the long distance.
Call terminated.
Yep, call terminated.
Blue
Yeah,
Ox,
Denise and family
Contact.
went to see
Cancel.
my mom and at the nursing home.
Dare. No. No.
The silly thing's gonna redial the last number, but it does it anyway.
Call terminated.
It's almost like it has a mind of its own. Technology.
Call Leslie Wayland. Home.
Oh, I said Wayland. Oh, God.
Calling Leslie Ryder. Home.
It corrected me. Why did I say that last name?
Stand by while we complete your long-distance call. To avoid this message, please dial 1 before a 10-digit long-distance number. Thank you.
I was there a half an hour.
Leslie.
How's it going?
Let you listen to the phone call. Yeah, as I was saying, it turns out I got there a half an hour ahead of time. It was like over a half an hour before the ferry would come. I should have waited another half an hour, gone swimming a little bit more for half an hour, and then gone for the ferry, and I would have been right on time. But I never checked my iPhone. I have an app that tells me exactly when the ferry's coming. It tells me if it's delayed or whatever. Now, you see, this is a pavilion under here. It's really nice, a nice area. You can buy food, not really good food, but you can buy food. There's that boat again. You can see it. Now, it's starting to get dark. So what I did with the video editing software was I put on a, whatchamacallit, a low light filter, which brightens everything up. There you go. You can see the low light filter on. Now this area here, that goes into the airport. Now there's a truck. Now this is serious. Those are armed guards. With assault rifles. That's the security right there. You go on the internet, that's no joke. After 9/11, there's been little things done to increase security. That whole area is covered with motion sensors and whatchamacallit, I'm going to say mirrors and cameras, obviously with night vision. You could buy a night vision camera from Radio Shack. So yeah, it's technology is amazing. It's sad we have to have all the security, but it's no joke. Because when I went up to the fence and I looked around, I could see somebody just looking to see what I was doing. So, because that's the airport, that's the runway right there. You can see them looking. Look at that, eh? I got the light on my bike. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea. Yeah. But anyway. But you notice the snowiness to the image? That's caused by the night filter, the low light filter on the video editing software on my computer. Nice area over there. See how the video editing software is trying to make it brighter. And there's the ferry. Just running it fast here. There's no need to, oh, there we go. Now, this doesn't have any low light filters on it. It's just the way it was originally filmed. Yeah, you can see the skyline. I don't believe the boat or the ferry has started to move yet. Oh, there we go. You can see it. We're moving. Look at the CN tower. See the lights on it? Now, I got some real good pictures of the CN tower and the Sky Dome. Well, now they call it the Rogers Center. There used to be a joke about the Sky Dome. When they were first building it, it cost so much money to make that they called it the Condome, the safe city. Anyway. Do you know the only thing about a beach is that the sand gets in everything. You gotta wash everything out. It gets into your eyelids. Everything. It's gotta wash everything out. There we go. Look at that, eh? This picture should be coming up soon. Yeah, the picture should be coming up. Look at the Canadian flag, eh? Oh, you can see me taking the pictures there on my iPhone. Isn't technology amazing, eh? Look at that, eh? Looks like a Cylon. And you can actually see the elevators going up and down. Or maybe that's just lights. Oh, look at that, eh? Yep. You get that. There we go. There's the first photograph. Look at that, eh? There's another photograph. There's another one. That's a nice one. You could put on a card. Like on a business card or you know, a card that you send somebody. Yep. By the way, we're heading back to the same boat docks that we left from on the mainland when we went to Toronto Island. Okay, so we're heading back to the same spot. Look at the CN Tower, eh? I don't think I've ever seen it at night. I've seen it on the internet at night, but I've never seen it in person at night. Look at that, eh? Look at those lights. No, it was a real good day, except for, well, anyway, it was a good day. See the boat dock. You can see the buildings. Getting closer. I use that camera that you're seeing the video on. That's my helmet cam. That's for if I'm cycling and there's somebody cuts me off or does something or whatever and tries to accuse me of something, I can prove that, hey, I didn't do it. And it's also a nice camera to have. It's HD. The sound isn't bad.
No, it's a HD camera.
Oh, that's good. So you are recording?
Yeah.
That's good.
So you hear somebody's asking about the
My
camera.
bike camera. It's good if there's an accident, somebody accuses me of something, I can say, this is what happened, go into a court and say, there you go. It's HD.
Actually, I did have to go into court with the camera.
I've had to use it twice. Once when somebody took a swing at me and I hit him. And I was accused of screaming and calling and all them. They went on about all the names I called him and everything, and I attacked him, I chased him, and there it is. He's swinging at me. He moving my head and then hit me. He stayed there. He waited for me to hit him.
Oh, there we go. We're docked.
Coming down a hill, and I had a car pull right out in front of me, put my brakes on, and I had to suddenly pull to the side because the other vehicle was coming down behind me, and he caused an accident. I got blamed. Well, the camera showed what he did. He caused it. Only because I reacted was I even talk about it. I saw him coming behind me in my mirror, and I knew I started reacting.
Yeah, it's good to have mirrors on your bike and a camera that you can rely on. Look at this. The Effort Trust building. Look at, there's another ferry over there. Or is that?
Good for about 3.5 hours.
Yeah, that camera will record for several hours. About 3.5 hours. The light, you get about 3.5 to 4 hours. The light cost me $200. The camera cost me about the same. Plus, I have a battery that I can use to charge either one. So now you notice I put on the low light filter for the on the video editing software for this here, and it's still on there. It's just a little bit less. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see anything. There's that ice cream truck. Seems he's usually there. It's calmer at this time of the evening. I'm sure some people may recognize the area. Here we go. TTC bus, Toronto Transit. Some sort of station inside there. That could lead down into the subway, for all I know. Here we are at Union Station. They have pretty good security here. You see that sign? It'll tell you what time it is and when the bus is going to leave. And there I am. I'm unpacking my bike, taking everything off of it so that I can easily go on the bus. I do believe I put it on the bike rack again this time. And I'm on the bus now. Here I am back in Hamilton. It takes an hour to get back and forth. There's my bike, putting everything back on the bike. Here in the Hamilton GO station. Pretty easy, pretty simple. Everything gets strapped down with bungee cords. There we are on the street. Once again, I have the night filter on the video editing software. Or not night vision. It's just a light enhancement. Enhances the ambient light. There we are. Heading down Ferguson. One more turn, and then there I am at the building.